lot of what we do is analysis, and because we're adding more filler and we're going to add more on the bottom, we talked about doing a keyhole on her lower lip, which I think would look fabulous. And by the way, if you've been watching, this thing just swelled up like crazy really quickly. She's a sweller. So what I want you to do is open your mouth, and I'm going to put this between your bottom teeth. So open like you're at the dentist. Okay. Is that your teeth are kind of...
I'm missing a tooth down
I knew it didn't look like it should. Okay.
It's not correct.
All right, so what I want you to do, you go right in the center. I want you to hold this gently.
Awesome. Okay.
Okay? So because, I think this will look really great. I think this will be pretty fabulous. So pretty easy, just holding that and then adding some volume. We'll do that. I want to give her little pillows up here. So I'm going to do them in 2 different ways. I can never see the bevel. There we go. So you can see I'm deeper, but not the tip where I'm going to put the pillow. I'm still going to aspirate. I need you to pull that. Do you want to hold that, Ray? Yeah. So, hold that there. Let me move it. Okay. Ray, you have to be in charge of holding her.
Want me to? Okay.
Yeah, wait a second. Let me get it where I want it first. Right there. Okay. So now I'm going to do what I was talking about. Just add a little bit.
For yourself?
Yeah, you want to hold this?
Sure, sure. I can definitely do that.
Yeah, you got the wand. She has that. Now we're going to go right here. Oh, sorry. Again, a little deeper than we've been because we're working on pillows. And then, Nikki, we're going to switch sides.
Okay.
Okay. So those of you that weren't here before, her lips swell really quickly. So her upper lip is way bigger than it was. Okay, and can I have a, yes, gauze. A little bit more here. And this is not a Julia Horn technique. This is because I want to add a little bit more volume because she wants the volume. Poke. So I think it's really fun to combine techniques, and I guess what happens is everybody sort of winds up with their own technique. Okay. And so now I'm going back to Julia Horn because I want to go really superficial right here and just add a little bit. Q-tip would be good. It's really nice to have people helping because I don't want to stop because I want to go quick. Okay, so you can let up on that a little bit. Okay. Take a look. Can I have that different Q-tip? Now we're just fine tuning.
Okay.
So hold that there because this product is really moldable. See what we have. Okay, now I'm going to set her up a little and see what we're going to do. And this is the hardest part of my job, figuring out this page. Okay. So can you see right here? She needs a little bit more. She's still not quite even. Just no, close your mouth. Now just to finish it up. I can take this out. Thank you. Oh, that's pretty. It's just really subtle.
Okay.
It's really pretty. You doing okay?
Mm-hmm.
Scale of 1 to 10. How painful would you say this is?
About a 7.
About a 7. It doesn't get better with the lidocaine in there?
I'm sure it'd be worse without it.
Do you have tattoos?
Mm-hmm.
And so compared to a tattoo?
So different, but they're both very painful. I mean, tattoos probably more good.
Okay, let me have you talk some more. So it's really important, can you get her straight on? It's really important to watch your patient talk because they have mobile lips, and so we want to see what she's doing. Okay, talk some more.
Mobile lips.
Well, I mean, when they're mobile, when they're moving, then things are a little bit different.
How do you think the weather is outside today?
I think it's a perfect day. I wish it was like this every single day.
It is like 7 months a year, isn't it?
It is. It is.
But it's pretty brutal in the...
It was a brutal February, that's for sure. Very brutal.
Did you see how her smile kind of... We talked about that before.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm still going to bring it down. You just kind of angle a little bit. Any questions?
I don't think so.
How about on Facebook? Any questions? Nikki, do you see the questions?
No questions as of yet. I think everybody's just memorized by the beautiful lips.
It's awfully pretty. So she's a little swollen, but she's again going to be sad when it goes away.
Mm-hmm.
It's just super meticulous work.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, one thing you should not do in getting lip filler and there's needles in your lips is talking. Okay, so now I'm just going to smooth it out. And I have a clean gauze. And I always save a little. I'm going to grab these a little, just massage and see where we are.
Tell us about how you know when you're done with a lip, like artistically.
You know, that's such an interesting question. I always ask artists that. Like, how do you know when you're done with the painting? Like, what's your last stroke? I don't have a good answer. I mean, a lot of it is sort of intuition and gut, and then I step away, which I'm going to do now. I'm going to use a little bit of Vaseline, and I come back and look because... And then I let the patient look. But it is really, it's really hard. It's very important to open your mouth a little bit. I'm just going to massage through here. It's really important to step away and look back and look from all angles. You want to see the sides. You want to feel and make sure it's where it is, and you want to make sure that your patient is happy with it.
What can this patient expect as far as caring, like aftercare for this procedure?
Well, we do not want you to suck on anything for at least 48 hours. No straws, nothing. No Coke bottles, nothing. Okay, so she just has a tiny little bit, so her lips don't like... Let me add just the last bit there to give... I can't get a good keyhole, I can get just a little bit of an indentation, but we want to give her this here. Okay, so everything's nice and smooth and pretty and a little swollen. And can you grab that mirror and let her look at it and she can see what she thinks and what she might want.
Wow.
What do you think?
What? I think they look great.
I have a little bit more. What do you see?
I think the top, maybe add a little extra the top. Or
Okay, all right. So this is a really interesting conversation. So Let's kind of another, need a syringe and a gauze, please. Lip gauze. So lips are classically 40-60% on the bottom.
Okay.
But what's really fashionable now, this is what we were trying out last time, is more of a 50-50 look. So you're pretty close to 50-50. You do have a little swelling here, so I can add a little bit more here. But this is pretty far, you know, the needle. This is pretty far from your original. I just want it to look natural, exactly. Just a little bit more than what I had, and that's fine. It's just, that's how it always goes. Okay. Yeah, this is the gateway drug. Because then there's so many more fun things we can do.
Gorgeous.
So with you, you know I want to get to your tear troughs.
My what?
Tear troughs under here and
Never
here.
even heard that term. But
Just under your eyes. And oh my gosh, those are really pretty.
What size needle
So-
would you like?
I want the same person needle.
They're
that
so pretty.
is-
Thank you.
Does it say person on it?
No, you just have to.
You're our emergency lip filler today.
thank y'all for fitting me in. I appreciate it.
It's true. I've been trying to go away, like take a vacation for 2 weeks now. No, I haven't done it. I have been threatening to go away, and I keep trying to get everything organized at the offices so that I can, and then it just never happens. So when I originally said no, it's because I was traveling. You got this idea that I would fly. I didn't want to fly to Cincinnati because I won't fly Allegiant. And everything else is a stop, so I'd have to drive to Houston and then fly to Cincinnati. I want to see my dad, who's like 82 and has Alzheimer's, and I know it's really sad, but I want to go. So then I decided I would drive, because by the time I drove to Houston, got a flight, rented a car, all that kind of stuff, you know, it would just be silly. So, no, I cannot put more. Hold the mirror. I cannot put more on your upper lip unless I balance this out down here. I have to add more here. Do you see down here? Otherwise, because this is really pretty, but I have to balance this out more. And your upper lip is really big enough.
I'm just gonna let you do what you think is
Okay.
best because I'm not the dog. I'm not
I
the
like people like that.
I'm not the hardest here, so
So I was going to leave and drive to Cincinnati. I don't know if you've seen the news, but they're expecting like 50 tornadoes all through where I'd be driving, Memphis and Nashville, and so tomorrow. So I kind of nixed that, so I'm here. We're just about done. So I always save 0.2 so that, like a tenth of the syringe, so I can add if you need to part your lips a little bit. Do you see how it's more balanced there?
Absolutely.
She really needed that. Open your mouth a little bit more. Yeah, so I have this little indentation here. I'm going to take a tiny bit right here. Can you see that? Can you see how it just... Because I want it perfect. Because her husband is a friend. No, I'm teasing. I would always... I always want it to be perfect.
Oh my gosh. Awesome.
Gorgeous. Oh my lord, I'm so jealous.
I think you'll see why we had to do it this way. Okay, last tiny bit on the other side to even it out. Okay. I think we're there. Yeah, because it was just cutting off. See?
So these are just last minute perfections.
It's like the cherry on the cake. The whipped cream on the latte. The mocha. I mean, that question was such a good one. Like, how do you know when you're done? I think you're done when you say, I don't think there's anything else I want to do here. See how she needs just a little more volume in here? folks.
So I heard this term hydrating the lip. Tell me more about that.
So you're going for different effects. So when lips get like little lines in them, a little bit shriveled, we talk about hydrating, which means we're not trying to make them bigger. We're trying to make them look more kind of voluptuous and full and like they're hydrated. And the fact is that lips do lose hydration. They lose the amount of water because they lose, the natural collagen. This is hyaluronic acid, which pulls in water. So it actually is hydrating. It's pulling in water, but how you inject and where you inject is what makes the difference in the effect. So I'm stopping here. I'm not going to inject here because I don't want it out there. Okay. That looks pretty darn good. So I'm going to put a little drop right here. Definitely aspirating. See what that did? Can you see? Just like a tiny bit there. Turned it up a little.
Yeah, that makes it look really
Not
crisp.
on that one. Let's see, up here.
They look so juicy and hydrated right now.
Picture perfect lips.
I think I'm pretty happy with this. Open your mouth. Just gonna rub in here. I have the itchiest bit. Close your mouth. And everybody needs a little more pout. So that's the other thing, you have to look at somebody's anatomy, because I really thought I could do a keyhole, but your mouth doesn't want that very easily. So it would be a fight, so I didn't. So instead, I'm just going to...
That's good. We don't want to force something to happen that just doesn't
Yeah,
want to happen.
especially with a soft filler. So like if we're doing cheeks, we can totally create. There's a picture I have to show you. It was amazing. It was this woman who brought in a photograph of what she wanted to look like, and I did it, and she didn't look at all like herself and not recognizable. It was amazing. So when you're filling, you're either trying to like restore, enhance, or create. So being clear on what you're doing is important. So when you came in before, we were just enhancing. Now we're creating, just a little bit. Okay, let's try the mirror.
Oh, she has
Got it.
You have the mirror too.
Yeah, I think they look great.
Is that what you're after? That's a little more. You cannot have more.
Okay.
I mean, like, at least for a month. Let them settle in.
No, I
Down out
definitely.
of the ether.
No, they look great.
Is this exactly what you were hoping for?
It is.
Awesome.
Do you see why I had to do the bottom instead of adding more to the top?
I trust your judgment.
But can you see, like, you thought you wanted more, but it's right here that was just,
Maybe that,
it was just cutting off there.
I can see what, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes on the bottom lip, some people's sides tend to like kind of cliff off right there.
Okay.
So plumping that up, making this a nice, definitive structure right there, I think is really what you needed.
Trust you ladies. Thank y'all so much. I
Next
really
time it's
appreciate it.
Ray. Next time we'll make you like a demo model,
Okay.
and I'll watch, but Ray's getting really, really, really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all are the best at what you do. So.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you for getting me, and I really